Chelsea's points per game over the last 35 matches is 0.8, which would mean relegation in every single Premier League season. They'd be bottom or joint bottom in 7 of those seasons. They've won 2 league games since Graham Potter left, and they've won just 7 games in all competitions in this year. That's including Luton at home and AFC Wimbledon at home. Let's bring a Chelsea fan into this conversation. Delighted to say joining us, it's the comedian Omid Djalili. How you doing, Omid?
Good morning, Omid.
Good morning, Gabby. Good morning, Natalie. I was laughing at that montage. I hope you were wearing clown wigs and red noses. Everyone is enjoying this. Even I was laughing. Chelsea used to be good. Now they're garbage. That made me laugh. And I think it's something everyone is enjoying. It's something we're all suffering with. And actually, I've got lots of friends of mine saying, look, since you left West London and taken up in Ipswich, Chelsea have gone down the pan and Ipswich are coming up. It's all your fault. Come back, all is forgiven.
Do you know that it's true though? If you don't laugh, you'll cry. It's that kind of thing. But it does feel as though it is a bit of a shambles right now.
Excuse me, AFC Wimbledon, that was the one we wanted. That's the big win.
You're quite right.
We wanted that one.
Yeah,
it's strange though, because you go back to the Chelsea teams I played against and you had like Palak, Sen, Lampard, all scoring goals from midfield, Terry, Carvalho, Cole, Cech, Drogba, Kalou, Malouda. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you look at them now and you're like, who's going to score?
Yeah, that's the problem. They're not going to score. And actually, I feel sorry for the fans in the stadium because the whole point of teams is that you feel a connection with the players. You know, they've been there for so long. And some of the players, even me, lifelong Chelsea fans, I look at the squad and think, who's that? When did we buy him? Who's this? And I think a lot of Chelsea fans don't recognise the team. And all I can say with regards to explanations, it's only in terms of theory and rumour. If you want to hear them, I'm happy to give the theories of what's going wrong.
No, we want to hear it.
Please.
Go on.
Okay, well, look, Todd Boehly, who we're very thankful for. We know what happened with Abramovich. We know that was because of the war in Ukraine. He had to go, and because of his connections with Vladimir Putin. So we're very grateful for him. But bear in mind, someone who is co-owner of the LA Dodgers, a baseball team, I think that the theory is that he doesn't understand that you cannot just, as in baseball, think that you can buy in the draft the best pitchers and the best batters and then win the league. Because I think that's what happens in America. If you've got the best players, you win. But we know in football, in Premier League football, with all the teams that have won, there are so many ingredients you need. You need teamwork. You need patterns of play. You need players to play with each other. That doesn't really work in football. So that's the theory, that he just has gone to buy what he thinks and has been told are the best players, who sometimes are not even the best, but kind of pretty good players, has paid over the amount for them and then expecting them all to play together. And that doesn't always happen. That's the theory. The rumor is that he doesn't understand football, as was very well publicized with his dinner with Thomas Tuchel, where they were talking formations. And he goes, what's the formation? Tuchel says it's 4-3-3. And then Todd Boehly says, have you tried the 4-4-3? And he didn't say anything, but talked about it in training the next day. And then a couple of days later, he was gone for making fun of the owner. So that's the rumor. But I think that is essentially the rot that's happening at Chelsea.
Yeah, and you're right. The transfer policy, it has felt very scattergun, hasn't it? And at times it's also felt like they've brought players in just to beat off competition from others. I mean, the Mudryk one, for example, Arsenal looked to be favourites, and then suddenly out of nowhere, Chelsea came in and stole the march on him. We've had people on over the last few days. We had a fan on at the weekend saying he thinks Mauricio Pochettino has just 3 games left to save his job. I mean, looking at their fixtures up until the end of November, Omid, they've got Fulham away, Burnley away, then it's Arsenal, Brentford at home, Tottenham, that's away, Manchester City at home, followed by a trip to Newcastle. Difficult spell of fixtures coming up.
If we get 1 point, I'll be jumping up and down. I think that'd be great. And I think, look, at the end of the day, you've got to give everyone time. And I think to Chelsea fans, I'm in my 50s. I can tell you, don't expect anything this season. But you can't just sack someone. It's a situation. I think even Lampard talked about this is a situation, and it's very difficult to handle. So you got to give them time. You've got to give them time to kind of blend. And actually, this whole thing, by the way, you have to be really clear when Chelsea buy players so others don't. There is sometimes, it's a business as well.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time Chelsea, even when Gabby, you were talking about with all the great players, Lampard, Drogba, at that time, Chelsea did buy up players, for example, Lassana Diarra, who was a great central midfielder. He was bought simply to raise his profile and sell him at a profit. So they do that with players. They buy players up and sell them on. So that's just the business of football right now.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.